So today on the Family Law Vlog, we're doing something a little bit different. I'm here with one of my colleagues, Alison Bull. Alison is a specialist family lawyer. Alison's also an expert in helping people sort out their family law problems in a variety of different ways, including in mediation, and in that mediation she can also speak to children. So the question Alison and I are just going to be discussing today is, there are lots of different ways of sorting out family law problems. What are the various different ways that are available to people?
Okay, so I would say that there are three main ways of sorting things out. So first of all, what we'd call self-help, which is where couples actually meet together around the kitchen table or wherever and manage to sort out financial issues and the arrangements for their children without the help of a third-party professional. And we'd normally recommend that you then actually do consult a solicitor to help document that agreement, but the conversations happen between the couple. The second main way is a facilitated approach. So that's where the couple still talk together, usually, but there is a third-party referee or facilitator, or sometimes two. So the two processes there that I'm talking about are either collaborative law, where each of the couple has a collaborative lawyer with them sitting around the table, or mediation, when there is one mediator who helps both of the couple. The two processes are slightly different, but they are still a facilitative process. And the third way is what I call a legal way of sorting things out, and that includes lots of different things also. So first of all, solicitor negotiation, where your solicitors actually help through a correspondence or telephone conversations with the other solicitor to negotiate a settlement of the issues, whether it's in relation to money or children. Then if that doesn't work out, then there's the court process with the usual proceedings of which most people have some knowledge. Or alternatively, you can have what we call arbitration, which is in effect like private court. So all of those really are legal processes. So those are the three sort of main categories of ways that you can sort out family law issues.
So those are the different options. What do people need to think about when they're choosing which option might be right for them and their family?
Okay, so there are various things that people need to think about. First of all, inevitably, is the cost. And actually the reality is that if you have some money to fund professional fees, then the cheapest way forward, usually, if you're able to reach an agreement, is mediation. And that may be the only way if you're eligible for public funding, because with some exceptions, it is only mediation where you're most likely to get public funding at the moment. Apart from cost, then the next question really is whether you can be in the same room as each other and have a constructive discussion with someone else there to help you. So if you can, difficult though that actually usually is, but if you think you'll be able to do that, then I would consider either the collaborative process, if you feel that you want to have your lawyer with you to give you additional support, or mediation. If that's really not an option for you, you can't bear to be in the same room, or you think that the other person is never going to compromise on anything, even with the assistance of legal advice, then you are looking at a legal process. So those are the sorts of things that I think you need to think about when you're looking to choose.
And so if you choose to mediate, do you have to be in the same room as the other person?
No, you don't have to be in the same room. So if mediation seems to be a good option, but actually you don't want to do it with your partner or your former partner in the room with you, then it is possible to mediate on what we call a shuttle basis. So that can mean in two different rooms, but on the same day, and the mediator goes in between, or it could involve doing it by Skype or video conferencing, so you're not in the same location. It can involve telephone mediation, or sometimes it can involve actual separate meetings on separate days, so you won't even come into contact in the same building. So there are other options.
So what's the better option for people? How should they decide?
I think the first question is about safety. So if you really are not going to feel safe in a process that involves you communicating freely with the other person, then mediation and the collaborative process are not going to be for you, and nor should you be having those discussions directly with your ex. After that, I think if your priority is to be able to communicate going forward, particularly if you have children together and you want to be able to co-parent together, at least to an extent after separation, difficult though that often is to start with, then I would certainly think that the collaborative process or mediation are the best options. Other than that, cost is a real factor. So actually, if you're eligible for public funding for mediation, for a lot of people that is the only option. Otherwise, mediation tend to be the most cost effective if it works, because you have one person, one professional helping you through most of it, although usually you'll be advised to actually take some legal advice as well if you can afford to do so and want to. And then solicitor negotiation actually can be very cost effective also, but certainly the court process or arbitration will tend to be more expensive than a mediation or collaborative process, generally speaking.
So it depends on circumstances, it depends on people's priorities, and it depends on lots of the sort of broad range of the factors that people are trying to bear in mind.
Yeah, I mean there are obviously lots of other factors, and we could go into detail about it and talk for a very long time, which we don't have time for now.
Okay, so on that then, at the end of this vlog, as usual, there'll be the details of the Mills Reeve website and also divorce.co.uk and cohabitation-law.co.uk. Are there any other resources that people should be looking at on these sorts of issues?
So there are some really helpful websites out there, and in fact there are on our website on divorce.co.uk a list of other websites that you might like to have a look at. But certainly I would suggest you have a look at resolution.org.uk, which has an awful lot of really helpful resources on it. If you're interested in mediation, then the familymediationcouncil.org.uk is another site. And also if you're looking for something like a parenting plan to work on with the other parent, then the CAFCAS website, so that's CAFCASS, has a very good parenting plan on it.
Thank you, Alison. As always with the Family Law Vlog, we can only talk things through in general terms. So if you want advice on your specific situation, then my details and those of Alison and the rest of the team here at Mills Reeve are at the end of this vlog.